Advice to shopkeepers. So a shopkeeper comes on maskexemption.ca. They're a little confused, they're a little put off because they have a problem that they didn't want. What is the number one thing that shopkeepers need to know about someone with a maskexemption.ca card?
Well, you know, I would say that it's really a no questions policy. If the exemption is cited, you don't need proof of the exemption, and so you just let the person go about their business, because according to this bylaw, there's nothing you can do.
And in fact, if you try to make someone prove the exemption, you could be violating their rights under the Ontario Human Rights Code.
Well, that's right, and you know what? That's a really interesting point, is that it appears that the contravention provision is meant to address those that are not complying. That would be establishments that do not put in place a policy, or those that are not complying with it. But there's another side to this, which you pointed out, which is that if establishments are not complying with the exemptions, then they could be at risk of contravening it itself.
So a good practice for a shop would be ask people to put on a mask, but as soon as they say, no, I'm exempt, you can't ask questions about it, and you should accommodate the exemption, because it's not up to you to judge the exemption. It may be up to someone else, maybe the Human Rights Commission, it may be the police, but it ain't up to the shopkeeper.
Yeah, it's really, there's no right to get into a cross-examination with a patron who is citing an exemption.
It would be like demanding someone in a wheelchair prove they can't use their legs.
It's unseemly, and it's certainly not in the spirit of the bylaw as it was drafted.
We've had a civil liberties lawyer examine the mask bylaws, and there are plenty of exemptions. You just don't have to wear it if you're covered by those exemptions, and shopkeepers aren't allowed to ask you to prove you're exempt. For more details, go to maskexemption.ca, and if you're exempt, you can download a free card to carry in your wallet to show shopkeepers. That's at maskexemption.ca.